Thank you all for your patience as we sorted out our technical difficulties. The good news is you can now hear us along with CS. The one unfortunate thing is we did have to miss out on game number 1 of our series. As we said, our Rocket League Academy team is on the stream for their first stream match of the year against, County College of Morris for today. Both teams are currently winless, so a big match for both of them.
Yeah, both teams trying to pick up their first one. We did miss game 1. It was a close one, though. Morris coming out 4-3 in that one. A very close first game for CCM as we jump into game number 2. 0-0 on the board within the first 20 seconds. Pagani trying to find that clear, able to do so. But the rebound, Sponge able to find that one.
It'll be Sponge or Robert for the first goal from CCM. And I think a big thing to note here is we did get to watch game 1 ourselves. You just didn't get to see it on your end. Big thing is the first 4 goals that Morris ended up winning off of were the 4 goals. That was it, right?
Yeah.
Shenandoah scored the last 3 points of that game. They were riding a high tide of momentum, heading into game number 2 here. So giving up that goal early, I don't think it means the end of the world. Pagani really stepped it up on the back half. You'll just see how Norris are chucking shots in this direction. Irish with a nice save. Pagani to pull it out. It goes across both posts. It'll still bounce out and keep Shenandoah at a 1 deficit.
Yeah, Irish able to push that one out of the net just barely, trying to get there in the air, but unable to do so. Now it's Sol trying to find the cross over to the corner, finds the demo, but it's a 1-for-1 trade. CCM now with prime control, but Pagani has a different thought. Sol in the air, almost blocked. It will be blocked. SU still trying to find their first goal of the game.
It was such a good display of teamwork there. Pagani going for the demo, Irish following through on the shot. And this is kind of the main goal of the Academy team, is to get these 3 players working as, like, they're working together, learning what it means to play a synergized form of Rocket League, not just in ranks. And you got some talented players to do it. Pagani, with the most experience, often takes more of the lead as the team. So keep an eye on what he's been up to this game.
Yeah, no, Pagani is definitely the front runner in this Academy squad, playing very good Rocket League throughout the semester. I believe he's GC 2 or 3, the highest rank here for this Academy squad. A very strong player. We might have seen him earlier on in years prior playing with Easy and Ginger alike. A very, very strong player, knows what they are doing, and is now trying to help these younger players in Sol and Irish get their footing.
And do you want to be a little clustered in this back corner? It's eventually Sol with a couple of cool touches, but Jarhead carrying it across the goal line. Pagani intercepting, and Robert is there to nail it back in. That'll be another goal to add on to Morris's lead.
Yeah, Jarhead able to get that little touch, and then Sponge Robert just able to follow up on the cross. Pagani not able to get there in time to get that one out of the way. 2-0 now for CCM. Shenandoah looking to bounce back. Still plenty of time left, just under 3 minutes to go in game 2, but that one, however, Jarhead right on target. 3-0 for Morris.
Kickoff bounce, the pinch between Jarhead and Pagani just worked out in the best way possible for College of Morris. You literally could not have asked for a better angle in that exact position, so we're almost getting flashbacks of that game number 1 where County College of Morris started off with this massive lead, and the Hornets turned it around once we hit that second half point.
Yeah, the second half is going to be huge for Shenandoah if they can get a goal on the board. Irish with a clear. Sol in position will get the touch, the rebound. Pagani was in position but unable to get past the defense. The clear! Oh my goodness, pushing it over towards that corner. Great defense coming through from Morris.
This is what we like to see. The Hornets now, in that second half, the beast has awoken. They're now on more of this offensive style of play. Pagani is trying to get a little bit of a drop to Irish. Unfortunately, can't quite find him, and that's okay. All that the Hornets want to do is keep this ball on the orange half. Allow yourselves to slowly regroup, and then you can commence a full-fledged attack unless Jarhead just goes as and juggles it over multiple players. Shenandoah scrabbing. Pagani, another centered ball looking for Sol. Almost the double tap, and it's just wide.
Sol unable to connect with that one. Now CCM trying to get some offense going yet again, but Shenandoah doing a great job of finding these clears. Patience coming through from Pagani, but unable to get the ball in time. And now Sol with another shot. The rebound from Irish won't be able to connect. CCM keeping the Hornets scoreless.
And this is great. Look at this. That's 4 shots fired in just the past 20 seconds alone. The Hornets are trying and trying as hard as they possibly can to get this ball through, but County College of Morris have not let up this defense in the slightest. Eventually be Robert pushing a clear, but it's Pagani who meets it midway, and that will be the first one in for the Hornets.
Pagani bringing them now within 2 with 1:19 to go. I mean, the clear just not strong enough coming through from Sponge, and Pagani able to sneak that one just over the car of the CCM defender. Now 3-1, 1:19 to go in game number 2.
The Hornets, this is how they started their return last time. It was off of goal from Pagani, and he almost had another one right there if it wasn't for Robert. Irish. Another nice hanging clear from him, but College of Morris, you can tell they are sick of seeing only orange on their side. They want to get back onto the blue. Pagani is going to let him. Another beautiful attempt at a double tap, but he just can't convert.
Yeah, Pagani so close there to bringing them within 1, but now in the air again, possibly another double tap angle, but Sponge able to find the clear on that one. But Shenandoah still in possession, still keeping this ball in CCM's half of the field, but unable to capitalize on all of that pressure yet.
Which is ridiculous. I mean, credit to County College of Morris here for holding up against this Hornets offense. They haven't had a break yet until right now. It'll be a pickle here. A little bit of breathing room, and without 2 goals of a lead, 20 seconds remaining, County College of Morris, you got to be feeling pretty confident about your ability to win, especially if you can maintain control, a whiff on the defensive end, and a rather sloppy set to the outside part of this blue half means that the Hornets are looking just as good as done here in game number 2, but you got to hand it to them, Ben. Even if the scoreline is not in their favor, it was a wonderful change of pace between the first and second halves of the game, but you're going to have to do more than that because County College of Morris are up on match point.
Yeah, I mean, CCM playing great defense. SU had many positive looks. I mean, that was, what, 4 shots in a row earlier on that offensive attack in game 2, but they just weren't able to find the back of the net, right? They were unable to get those goals, find those scores. But, I mean, props to CCM as well. The defense holding unbelievably strong.
Yeah, I'm very impressed with what I saw because there's very few teams that can just withstand that many shots being pelted at you. It's like you're doing a snowball fight, but you're launching them through a machine gun, essentially, is what just happened. And you still didn't let any through. Shenandoah really, again, they stepped it up. They found a way to convert some of this defensive play, found the switch to offense. Awesome. And if it really wasn't for County College of Morris there, it's really, I don't think Shenandoah honestly could have done much more than what we just saw on that outpost. That was just pure defense. Out of County College of Morris, they too want their first win of the season, and unless the Hornets can get themselves a good start early here, Ben, they might just get it.
Yeah, I mean, CCM.
Well,
all right. So, take it away, my friend. 8 seconds in, SU with the first lead that they've had in the series. They're down 2-0. It's going to have to be a reverse if SU wants to stay alive and find their first win here. And what a way to start.
This is perfect. I literally just said that Shenandoah have to start out on the right foot, and Seoul gifted them the golden opportunity to do just that. Pagani, bit of backboard coverage here. Robert trying to center over to Pickle, and that is who will get it home. The lead, short-lived. County College Morris side up.
That one took 10 seconds. All right, we had 8 seconds into a 10-second goal, tying it up at 1 apiece. I mean, Seoul just unable to find that clear. SU slightly, I mean, just not really out of position, just unable to find those saves. CCM doing a great job at finding the holes in the Hornets defense.
Yeah, it's been very consistent play out of County College of Morris, and they don't have to capitalize on the opportunities, but a bit of a whiff from Roberts means Pagani has rather uncontested coverage of this ball, looking for a center towards Seoul. Also, Robert come in, have a say on a couple of these things that have been going on. I mean, just look at Jarhead meeting this ball mid-air. Very impressive. Even though these are both academy rosters, Ben, they're still showing very strong mechanical prowess.
Yeah, I mean, especially Pagani, right, playing very, very well in the air, trying to find these crosses to his buddy in Seoul. Irish as well, trying to send it out of the corner, but Jarhead in position to find that clear, trying to find a reset. SU doing the same. Jarhead going on the offensive, but unable to connect with the ball.
I want to bounce a little bit more in midfield. Let's pace much slower than what we saw in our previous game. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that right now. If it's something that County College of Morris want to match, then slow the game down. Give yourselves a little bit more time to think, and that might just be it. Pagani and Seoul in a little bit of traffic towards getting the ball on a clear, but A nice little dribble past the midfield mark. Whiff from Robert. It'll be Jarhead on the coverage and Pagani to keep the play alive.
Yeah, Pagani still trying to find this clear. It's going to be Pickle instead. A demo trade coming through as well. Pagani able to find that clear on target. Will it get over Sponge? No, but it's going to roll into the net. Not enough power to push that ball off pace. Shenandoah reclaim the lead.
And what a great time for this to happen. The longest the Hornets are really, well, the second time they've been in the lead so far. Yeah. So let's see if it lasts more than 10 seconds. If we've known anything about Connie College of Morris, they certainly don't like being at a deficit here.
Yeah, trying to even up the score line yet again. Jarhead, a part of the pinch that sent it into that right-hand corner. Now Irish with a shot on goal. Soul and Pickle taking a little gander at each other, jump in together as well. But Pagani now on that defensive angle, trying to find that clear, winning that 50-50, going low. Sponge pushing it over to the corner. And now it's time for SU's defense to come alive.
Yeah, Pagani, unfiltered clear. The only issue is that Pickle, not many defenders in the way. It's once again Pagani to step up. Joe, their coach Qualler, kind of described Pagani to me, not only as the leader of the team, but their anchor. If something were to go wrong, or if some mistake were to happen, it's always Pagani to get himself in there. He saves it once, doesn't need to do it for a second time, and you'll see him all over the ball, being the best that he can for this team's last line of defense. Yeah,
I mean, Pagani really has been everywhere thus far in game number 3. Soul as well showing up and showing out. Now Irish on target from midfield makes it a 2-point lead for the Hornets.
That was a bullet of a shot too. It was Soul tapped up to Irish with all the juice behind it. It'll be the freshman getting their first on stream, and I gotta say that's a really great feeling. Shenandoah Rocket League, the first time in a while we've had 2 squads here, a sophomore, a junior, and a freshman, all coming in to make up this roster, and it's Irish almost looking for a second, clearly on a hot streak.
Yeah, Pagani waiting in the wings, won't be able to win the 50-50 there. Irish will find the demo onto Jarhead, but now Irish needs to get in position, but Soul instead will be able to find the clear into the corner. They have this cushion. If they can get another goal, that would be great. But right now, just find these clears. There's a minute 45 left to go. I mean, honestly, play time here, fellas.
And you'll notice after that last goal was scored, the pace of the game has spiked. And the one issue with that is when things move faster, you cannot take as much time to slow down and think. And you'll find Shenandoah catching themselves completely out of rotation. Jarhead to narrow this goal lead to a 1.
Yeah, the cushion is gone. We are now only up 1-3 to the score line. Now SU, now don't play time, fellas. Try to find another goal here if you can. Jarhead sending it off the backboard, but not on target. The follow-up from Pickle, unable to find it. Now Pagani trying to hunt for a goal of their own, but won't commit to it just yet.
As you know, the Hornets' second half team did have a stronger first half, though. Gotta hand it to him there, but still got to be more careful on this defense. I think that's something a lot of teams, especially as you're working on playing together, find themselves victim to, is just these rotations feeling off target. And Pagani in particular, notice he has taken a step back. He's not going for these insane aerial plays anymore, just trying to maintain this lead for another 60 seconds.
Yeah, 60 seconds remain. Irish pushing that one off to the corner, just trying to find these clears. Sponge now trying to find the clear in favor of CCM, does so for just a moment, and now the passing plays trying to develop. No one connecting with the ball. It's going to be Irish instead, trying to push that one out of harm's way, but Pickle doing a great job at intercepting that one midfield.
No, Soul, at least before demoed, a little bit more breathing room to work with, but not a ton. The Hornets still pretty far back, and with Irish not able to connect on that ball, it's going to be even harder to maintain this presence in the midfield. Eventually a center. Pagani has an opportunity. The targeting looks good, but the save from Jarhead is even better.
Jarhead, the perfect angle to find that save. Pagani had a beautiful shot, a beautiful look, but just unable to capitalize. Now, with 9 seconds left, all they have to do is find a strong clear, keep that ball out of harm's way. And right now, they seem to be doing just that. Soul needs to find the save. We'll find it, pushing it over to the corner. But the ball is still up, still alive. Jarhead trying to drop it down to Sponge, but it will land on the ground. Shenandoah stay alive. 2-1 the series score.
Hey, the Hornets aren't out of this one just yet, and whew, they made that one close. I mean, County College of Morris, that 1 second drill, they've clearly been practicing them. Bit of a, it's like, we're a fan of long series, but take a breath, reset. And I think this is great. Every time, every game that we've played so far, the next set of 5 minutes, Shenandoah has looked better and better. And I think that's just part of a learning curve of being on stream, number one. This is their first streamed match. They can definitely hear us, and I know they're right behind us, so they can see us talking about them. And the second thing is you have to, once again, understand that this is probably the most winnable game that you've had all season. Both these teams are looking for their first win. You're trying to find a way to make the standings here within your NACE Varsity Plus conference. So much pressure from every angle, and I think that's why we're seeing this steady improvement.
Yeah, I mean, they have been improving slowly but surely throughout the series, right? I love to see the adjustments coming through, specifically Pagani playing both ends of the ball, very strong offensively, setting up Soul and Irish for some of these shots, but also on that defensive side, finding those rotations, recognizing when Irish and Soul are going on that offensive, and then sitting back, sitting midfield, intercepting those clears coming through from CCM and keeping the aggression going.
Yeah, and I think that's what we wanted to see from them is, talking to the coach a little bit earlier, like, it hasn't been the strongest season, but you have two players that have never played on a team before, and you have one with a higher level of experience. So getting them all on the same page, understanding what it means to play as a team, that is the goal of the day today. And so far, you got yourselves at least one game out of it. See if they can turn it into more for game number 4.
Yeah, Pagani trying to find the cross. Soul won't follow up on that one. Now we'll find a cross yet again. Jarhead, however, able to connect, find that clear, but Irish keeping it around midfield. We're not going to have an 8-second goal in this one just yet, as we now are 30 seconds into the game, but Pagani and Soul still trying to keep the pressure on CCM.
And they've done that just now. Jarhead, though, an extended amount of possession on that ball, and it's dropped perfectly to Robert. The coordination there from County College of Morris. Oh, that's the kind of comms you want to see.
Yeah, Soul just barely too late to connect with that ball, just barely falling under the car of Soul, which looks pretty nice, by the way. I like that color blue. It's very, very colorful, very poppy, very, I don't know, neon,
it's very Shenandoah.
I don't know, very Shenandoah. Yeah, Pagani now trying to find the angles here, but instead it's going to be another shot on goal. Jarhead yet again involved with that one.
Jarhead here has really started to step it up. This is the County College of Morris that we saw in games number 1 and 2, and I think this is where Shenandoah started to get off guard. Anytime we've seen the pace of play get picked up, that you have to move to this more reactive style of play. That's where the Hornets seem to struggle. If they can start taking some initiative and get more saves like that, this is where the Hornets can start their turnaround.
Yeah, Irish trying to find that clear, but unable to do so. No boost to their name either. Jarhead in the air, but the clear will come through. Pagani able to win that 50-50. It's a race to the corner, but Pickle will be able to beat out Soul.
It'll be a Pickle. And drop down to Pagani, actually. Only issue is grabbed a couple of boosts, and that's kind of the more mechanical pieces you want to see, but the scariest thing is when this ball just dances right in front of the net. Goes a little wide for the sake of the Hornets, but clearly Morris not done attacking yet.
Yeah, Soul now trying to find the clear. A little stalemate there in the corner between Jarhead and Soul. Sponge, however, with the flip back. They need to try to get there, but no. Pickle will seal the deal. 3-0 now for CCM in game number 4.
It's not an uncommon standing, but something interesting to note, Ben, is that whichever team has scored the first point in the game is the one that ended up winning it. And if the Hornets want a chance at pushing us to a game 5, we're going to have to go ahead and flip the script on this little pattern that we've got going on here. Pagani has stepped it up in these past couple of games, but I need to see more from the rest of the team. You can really see that as the Hornets have gone lower and lower, they kind of get stuck in this hole. It's always been Pagani to dig them out step by step.
Yeah, Pagani again now trying to win the 50-50. Won't be able to do so, but Soul is able to follow up, pushing it into the corner, but will get demoed. Jarhead finding the clear across. Pagani still trying to keep it in favor of SU. It's going to be Irish that follows up from the pass. Pagani to Irish, bringing it within 2.
County College of Morris had so much faith in that clear from their team, but Pagani knew something they didn't, and that's what Irish was waiting in the midfield for just the right moment to strike. And the Hornets back on the board. Is it the second half team that we've been waiting to show up?
A good kickoff in favor of SU. Pickle trying to find that clear. Doesn't make great connection, but Sponge able to find that one instead. Pagani with boost. Soul trying to get back, but the shot was interrupted by a player of CCM there. It wasn't an SU player in position for that save, but still
Nice, Irish.
So much aggression, the 50-50. They need to get it out of the net, and they will finally be able to do so.
Yeah, but you're not done just yet. The midfield clear. There's still kind of this wall that's been set up by County College of Morris.
Ooh.
Eventually so, though, to pinch off the ceiling, and it gets right into the corner. A little bit too much heat on it to be stopped, and just like that, Ben, we're in a 1-point game.
Yeah, Soul able to find that shot off of the ceiling. Pickle and Sponge trying to get back in time, but unable to do so. 2:09 left here in game number 4. Shenandoah down 1, coming alive in the second half.
It's been a close one for sure, but County College of Morris, you gotta say, Ben, it was a little bit more consistent throughout this, where Shenandoah have had these big bursts of kind of energy, kind of play that you want, and we need to see it unfold a tad bit more before we can confidently say come out with a series of plays like that can make it happen. This is the defense from Morris still kicking.
Pagani now in the air, 1v3. Irish with the follow-up, won't be able to find that bump. Is Pagani. Sponge able to find that save, but still so much aggression coming through from SU. CCM struggling to find a clear, but we will see a reset come through from SU. Soul, maybe not so much of a reset, as now Pagani goes back on the aggression.
Yeah, but he gets his boost panel stolen, and that's a bigger problem. He can't quite get the touch. As pretty as that looks, it's have to be Soul, the third man, firing in. An overextension, sure, but it ends up working out for Shenandoah's favor as County College Morris stuck in the front of the net. It's Irish raining down from above. It'll be the first year to tie us up.
Irish 3 shots, 2 goals, ties it up 3 apiece. 1:07 left on the timer. I mean, CCM, all 3 members were there, but Irish just was able to find that little window, that little timing of the saves coming through from CCM to bury that one. And now, Shenandoah, find the save first.
Pagani.
Oh my goodness, Pagani keeping hopes alive for SU.
The last line of defense, as we've been calling him. And it's got to stay true, even if it's a 3-3 lead. Soul, we doesn't want to see any overtimes. I can tell you the same for County College of Morris. It's Pickle, an opportunity here. This ball dangerously close to the SU net. Irish, a little bit of a pass forwards, but it's Robert who gets there first.
Pagani back on this defensive side. The pass will not connect. Sponge and Jarhead not quite on the same page as now Pagani is trying to find this cross. Will do so, but goes just a little bit too high. Jarhead able to intercept that one, but still the aggression coming through.
Nice 50.
Irish with another shot in the air, won't be able to connect. 15 seconds remain as now CCM try to get something going. The pinch, however, in favor of SU, won't be able to connect on anything.
6 more seconds here. If anyone can get it into the net before this ball hits the ground one more time. Prevent us from seeing an OT, but it seems that Robert just wants to go there, playing it safe. We'll move to our first post-regulation play.
Pagani off the corner. Irish trying to follow up, but Jarhead able to find that save, pushing that one back into the corner. And now it's Sponge with the dribble, with the plays, but no. Soul in position, or I believe that was Pagani actually in position. Jarhead now finding that save. Pickle finding the push into the corner yet again. But I love the aggression coming through from SU, able to find these angles, able to find these passes, trying to set up any member they can with a shot.
Pagani carrying it all the way downfield by himself. The only issue is the Hornets were still a little bit behind on the reset, but only by about half a second. That's all you really need for the County College of Morris. It'll be Pickle to pull similar antics before it's turned over to Pagani. A very ping-pongy start to our overtime gameplay.
50 seconds into this overtime. Pickle trying to find the cross. Pagani, however, back in position to keep that one out of harm's way. Won't be able to get that full boost, but still pushing it into that corner. Soul now in the air, met beautifully by Pickle, able to win that 50-50 and push that one back to SU's half of the field.
I mean, this has been looking great. These teams head for head, blow for blow here. No one striking close to the heart, but this is the chance for the Hornets, and it's always been Pickle. Very similar to the way Pagani's been playing, stuck in that net and on a defensive end. It's on these two players to just carry the ball all by themselves towards the other face and up on Soul for the recovery. This College of Morris. some offensive presence.
Irish trying to find the push, will be able to do so. Now it's Pagani on the offensive, but only 10 boosts to their name. You can't do a whole lot with that one. Will be able to find that full boost. Pickle trying to find the clear. The cross coming through. Pagani in the area, but Jarhead will keep pushing that one along. And now a potential waterfall shot coming through, but Pagani unable to get there in time. CCM able to find the clear. Now it's Jarhead in the air. Pagani again pushing it out of harm's way. Pickle just barely missing as well. 2 minutes into this overtime. Tied 3-3. This is series point here for CCM if they can get this one into the net.
Test of endurance for both of these teams. Neither had a sufficient break, and that's all OT is, seeing who will break first. And for so far, neither has, but it's Jarhead the opportunity. Sol, though, stacks it on the goal line. The Hornets very much still in this game, but the Moras are hungry. They are out for blood. They want that first win of the season. It's only now that Pagani can start to give Shenandoah a bit of time to relax, regroup, and hopefully make some work on this orange part of the pitch.
Yeah, Jarhead still trying to find this clear. Now it's Sol across over to Pagani. Won't be able to find it. Has to get back on the defensive side. Irish full boost as well. Little bug on the wall, trying to be in position for a potential save, but Pagani able to find the clear. Patient, trying to play it off of the wall. It's going to be Irish instead. The pass to Pagani won't be able to find the bump. CCM staying alive here in Game 4. 3 minutes in to this overtime.
Gonna get almost a second game out of this now. Ooh. And we've seen so many of these shots. They get close, sure, but nothing has quite struck home just the way that it needs to. But it's Pickle. If it wasn't for Irish there, we'd be seeing a much different outcome of where this game, this series, would be going. Everyone has looked near flawless on this point. We've barely seen any whiffs at all. They know the importance of this OT time.
Pagani now getting back on the defensive. The cross coming through. The save from Sol, keeping SU in the series. Pickle now in the air, trying to find the reset. Won't be able to do so. Pagani full boost in the corner. What can he do with it? The pass, the follow-up won't come through from Irish just yet. The ball stagnant in the corner. Jarhead trying to find the angles, but it's just, again, the clears back and forth. However, Pagani, Pickle will meet him in the air. I mean, this is 4-minute overtime right now. This Game 4 is nuts.
It's been 5 minutes since we've last seen a goal scored, and it might just be about that. Irish bounces in front of the net, but Sol can't quite make it there in time. Pagani, another attempt at centering this ball, but he's out of boost, out of options, forced to back off and let Sol take care of all of the dirty work, getting this ball close. The net is wide open. It's again the last down, but no, it's perfectly carried off the hood, and the Hornets are going to take us to a Game 5.
I had a feeling once I saw Sol off the roof with some boost. I mean, perfect positioning, a perfect touch coming through from Sol. Now we go to a game number 5. SU trying to make the reverse sweep become reality.
And with the way that this is going, and after how high of a high you have to be feeling after that last goal, you better hope that the Hornets can keep this going. You started on such a bad point. You had to warm up, and it took you almost 5 minutes to do so. You lost out on game number 1, game 2 to follow, and after you found that turning point, Ben, you can't let it go. You don't get to go to a game 5 often, and you need to make the absolute most of this opportunity.
Yeah, and everyone in that overtime was stepping up big time, right? That defensive holds coming through from Irish, from Sol, from Pagani. The entire squad was in the right position at the right time. Irish as well having some pretty good looks as well, but CCM's defense stepping up in the big moments to keep them in that game. That was a 5-minute overtime. That was 10 minutes of gameplay that Game 4 brought us, and it was, what, 4-7 at the end of the day? Yeah, it was a 3-3 overtime. So this Game 5, I'm expecting it to deliver.
I mean, technically, you've already played 5 games. If you
That's
really
true. That's
want to
true.
think about it. So, and this is a lot of Rocket League. And from what we've seen, like, these teams, they're taking a bit of an extended break heading into Game 5. And that can either be very good for you if you need to kind of, you know, calm down, regroup. It's not over yet, you know. We're tied. We're even. It's really anybody's game, but it also can work almost against Shenandoah in the fact that every second you wait after that high point of getting that OT goal, it just kind of steadily calms down, and you kind of need to come into this energy. Guns ablaze, and Game 5 now decides who will take their first win of the season.
Jarhead trying to go off the wall. Irish, however, will find the clear. Soul in position to find that pinch from the midfield, but thus far, nothing crazy happening just yet. A good thing to mention, though, is SU was down 3-0 in game number 4, brought it back to win 4-3, so the curse is over. The first person that scores here might not win. Who knows what happens in this game number 5 is now Pickle unable to beat Irish to the ball.
I think that's a really good point. Is you don't want to get in your head with these superstitions, these little patterns that have been going on. And if anything, Shenandoah have scored, I think, pretty much all of their goals except 2 in the second half of the game, which is crazy to think about since they have a total of 9 on the board, if I'm not mistaken. And it's just, I don't know how it happens. I don't know how it works. What awakens in them after the 2.5-minute mark here, but clearly it's something that is great and needs to be returning, and especially shut down Jarhead. If there's anyone on CCM here who's been stepping it up, it's been them.
Pagani now trying to find the clear out of the corner. Won't be able to do so just yet. Sponge Robert in position, but still able to keep it in SU's half of the field. The save coming through from Pagani as well. Jarhead with a shot on goal. Another one from Sponge, but Soul is in position for that one to keep that one out of the net.
Soul is there. Irish, a bit of an awkward hit off the roof, but Soul receives it, almost has it, but that traffic in front of the goal, too much to handle, and CCM couldn't get the handle on the ball in time before Pagani found his way in.
Irish was trying to reposition the car to find a touch, but Pagani was like, I'm just going to take it. I'm just going to see if I can bury it, and he does. First score to SU in game number 5, 3:30 to go. Shenandoah, the reverse sweep on the horizon.
Close as it may be, we still have plenty of game to go, and you may have to lead for 1 second, Ben, but if there's one thing we know about Rocket League, that can change in a flash, and County College Morris want to make it just that way. Dangerous bounce off the crossbar, bit of an interception, awkward touch from Pickle. Means they'll stay out of the net for now.
Pagani able to find that touch in the air, pushing that one off to the corner. Soul, Irish with the follow-up. Will they be able to find it? No. Pickle back on that defensive side of things, able to find that clear. Now it's Pagani, no boost. Will be able to get there in time, finding that push out to the corner, keeping SU in the lead.
By a hair at that. He used that jump boost, and like literally a millisecond later, and we'd be seeing a much different scoreline right now. Pagani, though, breaks the ankles of one, passes it to himself, goes for the hit, it hits the post. Soul up in the air to receive. Robert managed to push it off to the crossbar, just enough for Morris to chase a rebound.
Pagani back on the defensive, will get demoed, but it's going to be Soul instead, able to find that push out to the corner. Pickle losing out on the 50-50, and now SU finding themselves on the offensive side of things yet again, but Pagani playing it safe, playing it smart, back on that defensive side, making sure that CCM can't even the playing field.
There's nowhere that you can really go at this point. It's really just Pagani and Soul that have been working together to almost keep this ball away from CCM, and I've found decent success so far. The only issues that Shenandoah have been facing have been in this orange corners. They've been really struggling to win out the 50s there, and have found better luck, honestly, in that midfield department where we find ourselves now. That ball's a little bit too high for anyone to grab except Pagani, who's been waiting on the backboard.
The clear, good, but Sponge able to get back in time to make sure Irish can't capitalize on the lack of defenders. But still, I mean, CCM, they have control of this ball right now, but they aren't able to set up any shots. They can't find any angles, and that's due to SU's strong defense coming through. Soul able to get back across the net, was sitting in that bottom right corner, finds himself in the top left instead to find that save. Now a minute to go here. Pickle with a shot on goal, hits the crossbar. They're able to keep it out. Pagani able to find the save. A minute now to go. Pagani with a hero play.
When all else goes wrong, it's Pagani there to work his magic, and the Hornets hang on to their narrow lead, and with just a minute remaining, the reverse sweep, yes, it looks plausible, but Morris aren't about to let this slip away so easily. Pagani knocks the orange player out of the air, preventing any further follow-up on this ball. It's instead Pickle who has to take it. Pagani flying at light speed, trying to help his teammate, but instead ends up doing the opposite, leaving it to Soul to clear.
30 seconds remain. The demo comes through. Pickle falls. Sponge trying to find the clear off of the backboard. Doesn't have any boost. Will still go for the offensive play. They're trying to find it, but they can't do anything. Pagani now in the air with an angle of potential. Double tap coming through. Soul with the follow-up won't be able to find the goal. 10 seconds remain. Morris, if you want to stay alive, if you want to avoid the reverse, you have to find something now. But now, SU, 1 second remains. The spike comes through. The reverse will be completed. SU finds their first win of the year.
And what an exhilarating way to get it in. This team has been working so hard for months, for weeks, and I know that they've had it rough. Going undefeated is never a good feeling. And to get a win in a reverse sweep off of an incredible play, nonetheless, that was the lowest scoring game that we have. Only one to go in the whole time. The defense stepped it up, the offense stepped it up, and there was not a single weak link on this team. They were all strong, they were all together, and that's exactly what we wanted from our Academy squad today.
Yeah, I mean, game 1 to game 5, if you put them next to each other, completely different teams, it seems like, right?
Wow.
Everyone on the side of SU started just firing, right? Everyone was clicking. Everyone knew where they wanted to be, what they wanted to do, and the communication, I mean, it looked like it was almost flawless.
It did, and I think that's what is important to take away from this team, is that when you have players with varying levels of experience, of game knowledge, that it can be hard to communicate these ideas across to each other. And that's where Clark, I know, has really put in time with this team to make sure that they can get to a point. And we got to shout out Pagani for everything that he did in this game, particularly today. That anchor, as we know him to be. And I'm truly excited to see what else this team can pull off, since they will still have a couple more matches to play in NACE this season.
Yeah, I mean Pagani as well in that game 5, finding that goal, or that save rather, to keep them alive. That ball for Morris was literally hovering in the net of SU, but they weren't able to capitalize on it. Pagani shooting, firing across the net, able to find that save, push that one out of harm's way. I mean, props to everyone, but Pagani, player of the series, I'd say. Yeah.
Hey, it was a good one. A nail biter till the end. And as casters, I know that we are very happy about that. But as a player on our Overwatch team, I got to get going. We have a match in about 10 minutes that we have to get started for. So we're going to go ahead and close it out here today for the Shenandoah Esports broadcast. Thank you so much for coming out to support our Academy Rocket League team. We'll go ahead and see you again later this week for some more Shenandoah Esports action.
Shenandoah University is a big little university rising.
With 22 Division III sports teams, over 200 areas of study,
over 300 annual performances, an elite academic esports program,
nationally ranked health professions programs, one of the biggest university presences on Broadway,
immersive AR and VR learning programs,
cybersecurity and computer science programs, and innovative undergrad and graduate programs.
all at a place that cares for you.
Shenandoah University is the big little university rising. Find out more at su.edu/rising.
We have the Esports Arena right here on campus in Winchester, Virginia, and this facility acts as the hub for all esports activity at Shenandoah University. Students are able to use this space not just for competition and practices, but also as a living learning community and a sandbox for them to come and explore and practice and try out things related to and through esports in the gaming industry, so that they're getting that hands-on learning and the skills necessary to help them find a career by the time they graduate. We also have the professional level broadcast production booth, where we do all of our broadcasting and production, from casting of our games that we play right here on campus to working with outside entities to record footage for them as well. In addition to the space that we have here in the Esports Arena is the Esports War Room. Our students get to use that space for studying, but also outside projects. So our students get to use this space for professional development and the academic side of our esports program, which is such a critical component to go with that competitive element that we have. So we combine all of our facilities at Shenandoah University with competition, community, and career preparation. We have over 250 days of programming, and there's something for everybody, and we want you to be part of it.
Go!